Howdy, and welcome back once again to Common Sense, where I suppose some people are going to be highly offended by my compelling rhetoric. I realize that the economy is in a bad way right now, and we want to blame everybody and everything for it. Some people want to blame Fannie and Freddie, and they had something to do with it. Let's not kid ourselves. I think the government probably had more to do with it than, anybody else. I know a lot of us are hurting out here. Many of us have been let go from our jobs. Some of us in jobs that we've worked for many years. I haven't. I've been fortunate so far. I don't get me wrong. I don't trust employers as far as I can throw them, because they're going to do whatever they have to sustain themselves, and I understand that to a degree. But it's a vicious cycle, because when somebody ends up out of work, that means they can't buy stuff. That means they, and it keeps coming back around and around and around, and the longer they remain out of work, or the longer they remain in a situation where they're not making any money, and then things tend to fall apart. My roof this last summer, I'm sitting in there just working with my railroad simulator on the computer, and I kept hearing water splattering in what sounded like was hitting the tile floor in the kitchen. I get in there and it's coming down pretty good, right through the light fixture. Oh man. I mean, it wasn't bad enough that last Christmas, just a week before Christmas, our well pump went. And mind you, all of this stuff is less than 5 years old. 5 years old. It's not even 5. My roof isn't 5 years old yet, and yet it looks horrible. It looks like it's falling apart. It is. It's literally curling up and turning to mush up there, and there's nothing I can do about it. I have no money to fix it. I have no money and it's no warranty of any kind, because the previous owners did it themselves. The previous owners were flipping the house. By the way, if you live in the Brooksville, Spring Hill, Florida area, do not do business with Ruth Hirsch or Exit Success Realty. Just a pointer there. This is, we bought the house from Ruth Hirsch, a real estate agent who flipped the house. She used the cheapest stuff that she could possibly get at if she could have bought it at Walmart, I'm sure she would have. She probably got it at Lowe's or Home Depot, and it's all Chinese crap, I'm sure. Many of these things that I'm having to deal with now, and I have no money, I have no credit left in order to fix anything. So I'm kind of sunk. I'm going to have to try to find friends somewhere that can help me with my roof, or otherwise I'm facing some real disaster. I've got part of the ceiling collapsing in the kitchen, because it's gotten so wet, because we really had a lot of rain last summer. And unless you live in this area, you don't know what I'm talking about. And it wasn't just the normal, common, everyday afternoon thunder showers or evening thunder showers we used to get. We had some serious rain last summer. I mean, it really, we got a lot of water dumped on us. No danger in flooding, because we're coming out of a drought, so the water was soaking right in. Even though the ground ended up saturated a couple of times last summer, not saturated enough that we ended up in a real flood situation, but still, we ended up in, and it's one thing right after another. I mean, I go to plug in the griddle the other day to make a grilled cheese sandwich, and lo and behold, the receptacles that are on the splashback behind the sink in the kitchen no longer work. You can't get them to reset. They're the ground fault receptacles. They met code, I guess, but somehow they're not coding now, because I can't get them to reset. They will not reset. I had it working. It had done this once before, and I had it working again. I mean, I did get it to reset, so I thought I could get it to reset again. Well, no, now they're not resetting at all. So I don't know. I mean, what do I do? Now, common sense tells me to get a lawyer. Well, we kind of bought the house fair and square. The roof was brand new when we moved in. You know, it wasn't leaking when we moved in. So who's liable for that? A roof typically should last 10 to 15, maybe 25 years. No, not this one. Well, common sense should tell you, watch who you deal with. Especially when the economy seems to be booming, because that's when you're going to get it stuck to you the worst. Until next time, take it easy.